The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Sacramento Kings. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Cauley Stein.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
De'Aaron Fox talked about his mentality on the court. You put the ball in his hands, he says, I'm going to take over the game. It doesn't have to be scoring, just always attacking. Always. You got to be a dog. Don't back down from anyone. Kevin, I know you're a dog. Back to you.
A little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
Now Sacramento starting five. Barnes and Bagley, the duo with the forward. Fox at the point with Heel to his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Len in at the center position. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Jalen Brunson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Cauley Stein in at the five. Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Hardaway. And Doncic, here we go. And that one drops. Doncic has got the first points up on the board tonight here for Dallas. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this, Greg. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
We're about 1 minute into the first. And the pass to Lane. Nice D from Doncic. Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him.
That's a complete effort. Stuck with his man, gets his hand up, and then he doesn't hesitate to finish the possession with the rebounding job.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento.
What a college career for Jalen Brunson. 2 championships and a Wooden Award. This is one of the most decorated players in college basketball history.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brunson, the College Player of the Year back in 2018, but fell to the second round. Doris, when you look at that time, why did he fall?
I think it had everything to do with the fact that he's not an elite athlete by NBA standards. But we know unequivocally Jalen Brunson is a winner. His father played a decade in the NBA. This young man has been around the game since his formative years, and you can see it in his game.
For Sacramento, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Fox dishes to Barnes. Hardaway with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Dallas moving the ball around. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Outside, Fox. They need this. Jump shot is good.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
Now here's Cauley Stein. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. Doncic finds Porzingis. On the wing, Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up the baseline. Barnes grabs the miss. The Kings trail by 6. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Offensive rebound. Bagley the pass to Len. Dishes it to Hield. Shoots over Doncic. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. To the paint. Here's Hardaway. Hits the jump hook. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Len, high post. Hield outside. No good on the shot. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Here's Hardaway. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Here's Dallas. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Doncic against Hield. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Down low. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Fox following the score by Dallas. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it. Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you can see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
That's good from Bagley. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses you.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. Wasn't in the Rookie of the Year race, but in a few years, he could be right there with the best of the best from that 2018 class.
Now here is Hardaway. 9 points last game. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Here's Barnes. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Well, this is about the development of Harrison Barnes' body. You know, physically he's tougher, which usually makes you mentally tougher. And what you admire is that he enjoys putting in the work.
Doncic finds Cauley Stein. Now here's Brunson. Guarded by Fox. 4 on the clock. Here's Porzingis. Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. Here's Fox. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
wide open look here for Cauley Stein. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
And here is Hield. 9 points last game out. Trying to find Bagley and gets it to him.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Now Doncic. He had 40 points in the win against Utah.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
6 to shoot. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Offline with his 3. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Kings. They trail by 3.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Here's Brunson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They get a hand on it. Doncic with it. Now guarded by Fox. Here's Brunson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Brunson's got 6 points.
Anticipating before the play can happen, Luka Doncic gets the break started.
The Kings trail by 7. Here's Fox. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And now Sacramento on the break. The wide open look here for Fox. Again, the miss by the Kings. Dallas leading by 7. Porzingis passes to Cauley Stein. Doncic outside. Launches a 3. Out to Porzingis. From deep. Drops in the tray. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. Doris, you've said this often, it is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible-to-check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Hardaway. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks leading by 10. Here's Doncic. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Doncic has got 6 points.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
And the Kings shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. Parker. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
I like this play. Jabari Parker's percentages go up when he operates foul line down.
Dallas is gone. Just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Doncic against Bogdanovich. Doncic, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Bagley, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Luka Doncic can pass it, shoot it, drive it, and he does it all with great flair.
And you see some of the shots that Doncic knocks down. Doris, the degree of difficulty is off the charts.
It is, Kevin, but the skill I love the most is his passing. It doesn't matter if it's a hook pass, a lob. He has the strength to hit the weak side corner, and this guy loves delivering in the big moments. It is so fun to watch him.
And he makes the first.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The #3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
All free throws good from Doncic. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Clock at 4. And here's Bogdanovic for 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Doncic, here we go. Here's Kleba. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Right against Parker. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. Well, we still have about half a season left, but here's where the power rankings stand as of today. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And I think for the Mavericks, they were really hoping to make this run a little earlier in the season. Still, you take it when you can get it, and they've got it going right now.
Now here's Wright. He had 10 points in the win against Utah.
He was active all night on the defensive end as well. With all the steals he came away with, he had him totally rattled.
Parker with the steal. Bielitsa against Kid Gilchrist. And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovic. With some arc, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good, Bogdanovic.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
What's up? On the free throw, no good. Doris, don't you think that every trade deadline always seems to have a different feel to it?
Yeah, some years it seems like there's so much movement, a ton of action, and then other years the trade deadline can come and go with virtually no storylines. So hard to predict what happens year to year.
And so it's Dallas with it. Sacramento making their last shot. And it's Wright missing. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Joseph leading the charge. 1:03 left in the first quarter. Wright dishes to Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 12 in the game.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
54 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Joseph looking around. Outside, Bogdanovich launches it. He can't get that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Kings. Here's Joseph. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, great timing there. Bagley gets off the ground so quickly, gives the defense no chance to react.
Now here's Jackson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Doncic. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Bagley. 4 seconds left. And finished off by Bagley.
Just skilled at attacking on the drive. He's got the size and mobility. Bagley just really tough to contain.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Mavericks on top, leading by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Kings. Bagley is out there with Parker. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Joseph in at the 1. Bazemore misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Doncic. Goes to the reverse layup and traps it in. And it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Right against Joseph. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Up top right, he's covered by Joseph. Doncic finds Wright. Ready by Bogdanovich. The Kings trail by 6. Here's Bazemore. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Here's Powell. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 9-point game. And Wright kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Doncic. Here's Powell. He's covered by Joseph. Passes it to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Not going to go that time. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Doncic with the steal. Jackson misses. The Kings trail by 9. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Again, the miss by the Kings. Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against Utah. That's good from Kid Gilchrist on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
Oh, that one fires up his teammates. Lynn's passion leads to the monster dunk.
Jackson from long range. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. The 15th pick back in 2017, Justin Jackson, Doris, won a championship, as you know, at North Carolina.
Yeah, Kevin, he spent his first season and a half in Sacramento. Now he gets a new opportunity. Sometimes it's that next stop where young players really find success.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The Mavericks have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Justin Jackson. Hardaway comes in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Wright.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Kid Gilchrist, no good on that one. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has in his 3-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. Right side, Fox. On the wing, Barnes. That shot off, and the Mavericks going the other way now. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Poke loose. It's stolen by Hield. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Mavericks leading by 11. Porzingis. And a miss there off the inbound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Oh, trying for it. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on 3 corners here in the second quarter so far. And again, the turnover by the Mavericks.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Fox looking it over. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Take a look at the Mavericks. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, Sacramento, a game and a half out.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Bazemore passes to Fox. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Pass to Brunson. Here's Cauley Stein. Sacramento grabs the miss. Now the pass to Hield. Over Hardaway. And that one goes long.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Porzingis against Barnes. They grab their own miss. Cauley Stein kicks to Kid Gilchrist. He's looking for Hardaway and finds him. Over Hield, and Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway's got 6 points. And it's Fox with the ball for Sacramento. Down by 15. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. Left side, Fox shoots over Brunson. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer, Hield. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And that is what Hield does. This guy is a gunner and loves pulling the trigger from deep.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Back to Brunson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. The Mavericks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss. And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Kid Gilchrist, and that one hits back iron. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kid Gilchrist. That's his first foul. The Kings trail by 10. Fox passes to Len. There's the dish to Hield. And Willie Cauley Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. From 10 feet out, Hield can't hit.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Brunson finds Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lane. One shot.
And that one falls for Cauley Stein.
And Cauley Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
And Fox gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Brunson. An 11-point game for him in the win against Utah. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, let's see the vertical of Mr. Hardaway. Go ahead, sir. Pretty dunk.
Fox with it. "14 feet away, and again it's Sacramento converting."
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Pass to Kleba. Passes it to Hardaway. Knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Barnes.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Len dishes to Barnes. It's blocked. Outside Hardaway. To the middle. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists tonight. And it's Fox with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. 11-point game. And it's Fox with the jam.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Cauley Stein. Justin Jackson comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. Sacramento also making some changes. Bagley, he's checked in for Len. Parker comes in for Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Hield. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. The Kings making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Both free throws good from Jackson. 1:05 left to play here in the half. Bounce past Joseph. Right block shot, and it's Bagley that time on the assist from Joseph. And 11 points from Marvin Bagley.
I'll tell you, a terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
And Doncic gets it to go.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Joseph against Doncic. And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
.29 seconds left to play in the first half. Joseph down low. Guarded by Doncic. Joseph, that's good.
Well, you love the incredible handle from the veteran guard, Corey Joseph. That one's on a string.
Dallas leading by 11. In the corner, Powell with it. No good on the three. Now, here's Bjelica. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that does it for the first half of play. Mavericks lead by 11. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 16 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Straight out of Slovenia, Luka Doncic already exceeding expectations. Tremendous awareness and skill, just enough athleticism. Worked his magic again in the first half. This kid is incredible.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Sacramento?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Mavericks leading by 11. Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Healed against Doncic. Barnes looking around. Stolen by Brunson. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. It's stolen by Bagley. Outside, Fox. Offensive rebound. Here's Len. Porzingis with the block. Throws it up high, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Fox against Hardaway. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Fox. They kick out to Hield.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And Cauley-Stein has it in the corner. Pass to Doncic. Over Hield. Len grabs the board. Len's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Barnes. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up 3. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
And he's good on the second.
The 7th overall selection back in 2012. Barnes was taken 1 pick after Dame Lillard. 2 picks before Andre Drummond. Incredible draft class.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Shoots from the corner, and Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 14.
Well, offensively, this guy has been cooking. They're definitely not losing because of him.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. That's 12 points for Porzingis.
Boy, the shot mechanics are just beautiful to watch. Kristaps Porzingis, you cannot give him space.
Here's Barnes. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Now here's Fox. Brunson covering. Fox dishes to Barnes, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Stolen by Brunson. Kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Back to Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Inside, here's Fox. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in, Kevin.
Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Shoots over Len, and Cauley-Stein with the basket on the assist by Doncic. 11 points in the game.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Fox kicks to Hield. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Bagley with a wide-open look. Great look, but off the mark. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 13-5 run. Hardaway with a wide-open look. And a miss there on the triple. The Kings trail by 19. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hield finds Fox. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Here's Hardaway. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Barnes.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And that one drops for him.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Mavericks leading by 17. Doncic outside. The 11-footer. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
Here's Hield. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low. Hardaway against Barnes. Porzingis. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
There is so much to love about Kristaps Porzingis. Over 7 feet, sweet shooting jumper, but aggression. This guy will back down from no one.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Wright in for Jalen Brunson. That free throw good from Porzingis. And Doris, Porzingis not only quick to adapt to the NBA game, but also the culture.
I think it helps, Kevin, that he got tutored in the English language starting in grade school. And think about it, Kevin. This man wore his hair in cornrows back then, emulating the NBA players he saw. So both linguistically, culturally, and basketball-wise, it wasn't too big an adjustment for him.
Now, let's take a quick look at the numbers for Fox. 1st in assists, 3rd in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. He was all alone on that one. And that's now 11 points for Barnes.
And Kevin, when Harrison Barnes is in rhythm, there's no doubt about it. He can stretch your defense.
Right, the pass to Kleber. Lays it up and banks it in.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The Kings trail by 21. And here's Bazemore. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Porzingis against Fox. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Barnes. Mavericks leading by 18. There's the pass to Porzingis. Back to Kid Gilchrist. A wide open look here for Wright. And it's off from 3-point range. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Joseph, he's checked in for the Kings. Pass to Bogdanovich. Tipped away. Left side, Bagley. Back to Joseph. A 3 ball. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
And Doncic, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, a great offensive player keeps defenders off balance. Luka Doncic does just that.
The Mavericks have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. That free throw good from Doncic.
There's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game. Scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, obviously it's been a tough go for Jabari Parker out of the gates in his career. He had to handle a couple of injuries early, but this is a former number 2 overall pick. And what we know unequivocally is this guy can put the ball in the basket. Can he find the right situation where he can flourish?
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They trail by 18. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. And for Parker, who has had to fight back from injuries, sometimes the motivation seems to be lacking.
Well, Jabari Parker doesn't turn heads on the defensive end, and so that's part of what gets him off the floor at times. He needs to make sure that not only is he interested in scoring, but he's got to be willing to make stops as well.
The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
Let's remember, Jabari Parker was the number 2 overall pick in 2014. It's just been problematic for him that he's had to fight his way through multiple injuries.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis, and it's Jackson in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And a change for the Kings. Elites has checked in. And Parker drops them both. Now, Wright, looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Pass to Kleba. And he banks in the layup. Kleba's got 4 points in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Timeout called by the Kings. Out of Würzburg, Germany, undrafted Maxi Kleber with a strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki, and he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. Number 1, the Kings.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Pass to Bazemore. Five on the clock. Here's Bogdanovich, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Here's Wright. The pass to Kleba. Bazemore against Jackson. Shoots over Bazemore. Jackson, that's good. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Joseph kicks to Parker. Got a piece of it. Jackson with it. Picked up by Joseph. For the finish. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Mavericks leading by 19. Wright, the pass to Kleba. Jackson against Bazemore. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Right against Joseph. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson passes to Doncic. It's deflected. And now the Kings fast break. Shot by Bjelica and nobody around. Good on the triple. Bjelica's got his first bucket of the game and he's on the board for 3. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Bounce pass from Wright from 10 feet out. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Wright. Wright's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 1:12 left to play in the 3rd. Joseph with the ball. He's got 7. Here's Parker. Lays it up off the glass. Parker's got 10 points in the game.
This is something Jabari Parker does so well. Take it strong, take the hit, complete the play.
Doncic against Bogdanovich. Powell, no one around him, drains the 3-pointer. And the Mavericks lead by 21.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
There's 47 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And Justin Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Kings have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And so Bazemore nails both of them.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the 2nd half.
Wright looking around. He kicks to Jackson. The shot misses. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Bazemore, Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Lets it fly. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 8 points here in this quarter. Just 4 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Off on that one. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Corey Joseph is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Parker. Then it's Alex Len. And it's Bielitsa in at the small forward. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Doncic against Bogdanovich. Here's Kleba. Len grabs the board. Len's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Bielitsa rebounded by Hardaway. Dallas leading by 18. Looking to get it going. Len grabs the board. Len's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Here's Hardaway. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. But they recover it. And it's right missing. The Kings trail by 18. Now, here's Bogdanovich, and the dunk by Parker.
What a nice aggressive move by Jabari Parker. Such a good finisher around the rim.
Dallas calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Wright, and then for Sacramento. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Doncic against Hield. Nobody near Barnes. Misses the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Listen, we all know Luka Doncic can score, but equally impressive to me is his playmaking ability.
The Kings trail by 20. Pass to Hield. Kicks it to Barnes. Sacramento moving it around. Fox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. And the second free throw, good.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Over in the corner, Doncic. Over Hield. Doncic, no good. And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 19-point game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Powell. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Now, this is an evolving aspect of Dwight Powell's game, getting comfortable in the catch and shoot from just about anywhere.
And here is Fox. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now, here's Fox. Tight defense on him. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Passes it to Powell. Oh my goodness! What a play!
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Teams, if they can keep the rights to their best player, we see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Just 3 to shoot. Bagley trying to free himself up. And there's Fox. That's good on the assist by Hield.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
Here's Doncic. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Fox has it in the corner. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Fox has got 12 points in just the second half.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Hardaway trying to free himself up. It's good. 27 points for Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
The Kings trail by 21. Now Fox. Hield attacking. Len high post. Fox kicks to Barnes. And the 3 off target.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Doncic dishes to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Outside, Fox. Here's Len trying to get open his Hield. And the dunk by Len.
Well, just terrific instincts right there from Alex Len on the offensive glass. Really impressive.
Doncic against Hield. Here's Powell. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
A live body off the bench. Dwight Powell gives you productive minutes.
He does, Kevin, and that's most reflected in the plus-minus when you look at his stats. This is a guy who hasn't averaged a ton of minutes, but he scores and he defends at a high level when he's given those minutes.
Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. First one falls for him.
You see, to me, guys, for Tim Hardaway Jr., there's still another level for him to reach. He has proven that he can be a big-time scorer. To me now, it's about consistency and doing it night after night after night.
Dallas making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. And then for Sacramento, Giles checked in for Alex Len. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Marvin Bagley. And Farrell subbed in for Fox. Hardaway hits them both. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Healed the pass to Barnes. Over Hardaway. That one off the back iron and out.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Here's Farrell, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. From outside, off the mark. The Kings shooting in the 4th quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Healed, and the shot goes in.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting 40% from the field.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Pass to Doncic. To the paint. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Here's Farrell. Barnes right side. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And Doncic, here we go. And the shot goes down. Doncic has got 15 points in just the second half. Here's Farrell. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Now here's Curry, guarded closely. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Joseph, the pass to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Well, Corey Joseph, it's important that he continue to seek out his teammates and put it on point when they're open.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
One shot.
And that one misses. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Curry dishes to Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
The free throw drops for Powell. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
And so Curry will bring it up for Dallas. Outside Jackson. Back to Curry. And the pass to Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 6. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Sacramento's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And that one, good. Giles has got his first 2 points.
Well, the vision on display. Yogi Ferrell notices when his teammate has a wide-open look and gets it there on time and on target.
Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Kings shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Bazemore on the wing, covered by Lee. Pass to Ferrell. That one misses. Good D by Lee. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Jackson kicks to Lee. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
Great, generous ball movement tonight, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Bazemore with it. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. KP, balanced offensive effort tonight. What did you like about how you played?
I think we played as a team. We shared the ball, and it was a team effort today. And everybody was involved. Everybody was playing good offensively, and that's why we were able to come up with a win.
Really looking good at both ends tonight, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.